Welcome to the Daddy Sharps featured bets. These are the bets we also love, in addition to our bets that we share as best bets on our podcast.
But you're only going to find them right here on this beautiful website, daddysharps.com.
It is kind of pretty, isn't it?
It is.
You can also check us out on social media, though, at Daddy Sharps and at Daddy Sharps Podcast, and check out our YouTube channel as well. We got some content on there, Johnny Boy.
All right, let's jump right into these bad boys, the featured bets. No more college games, so we are on to Super Wildcard Weekend, all Super Wildcard bets, my friend.
I'm jacked. Can I just say real fast? I'm sorry. I'm going to cut you off and be rude.
I like it.
I know a lot of your bets that you're about to share. I am jacked about these bets.
Jacked. So a lot of these, at least in my case, a lot of these we went over the games pretty extensively in the podcast. So what I'm going to give you is some short blurbs here, some shorties. But this is what I like for my featured bets. Cleveland -2.5 at Houston. Total here is 44.5. My bet here is going to be to Cleveland -1 first half. Since Flacco took over, the Browns are 3-1-1 straight up in the first half. And the games they were leading at first half, they were up by a touchdown or more. You're getting them at less than a field goal here. Take that with confidence. Cleveland -1 first half.
I love that. Stroud hasn't faced a defense like this, so he has. But you know what I mean. Not in the playoffs. All right, here we go. Miami Dolphins are playing at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs laying 4 now at home. The over/under is 44. My bet, Miami. The first quarter spread. It is a half point, plus 0.5. Get it? You're going to get that at a -125. I'm willing to pay the price on that 25 cents on the dollar. It's going to be a cold game, -10 with the wind chill. It's very unlikely we're going to see a lot of separation from either team early on. The first quarter over/under, and here's what the deciding factor is for me, is 7.5. The under 7.5, they're selling that at -120. So the book is telling me, at least, they think there will be 1 touchdown in the first quarter. I'm willing to bet the Finns will either tie the quarter or be up. They will not lose that quarter.
Like it, sir. Like it. Also in that game, Miami at Kansas City -3. No, it's -4 now. 44 is the over/under there. I love this guy. I've been on this prop a lot this year, and I'm doing it again. Rice over 5.5 receptions. I've been betting it a bunch. Rice has had 6 or more receptions, 5 of the last 6 games. He's really come on. Outside of Kelsey, Rice has become Mahomes' favorite receiver when he's got to have a play. Looking for him in the red zone and on third down. I love this here. I think he's going to easily get to 6 receptions in a big game like this. Take Rice over 5.5 receptions.
Yeah, I love it. And they're kind of like runs, these little dinks and dunks and,
Yes, they're almost screens. Like screens. Yeah,
just like a run.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm back to the Cowboys, man. I like 2 bets here in this game, in the Cowboys game. First, I like the Cowboys to cover the first quarter spread. That spread is -3 and over the first quarter total of 9.5. Hear me out on this. Quarter markets are not for everyone. They are not for everyone. But with an over/under of 51.5 for the total over/under, the market is telling us going to be a lot of points in this game. So that kind of rules out for me a 3-0 first quarter. And I doubt it means a 7-0 first quarter. Therefore, the worst case scenario would be that the Cowboys win 10-7. So that's a push on the spread and a winner on the over, which means you lose all up. But that's not why we play the game. We play the game because we like putting odds in our favor when we read the tea leaves, like the book is telling us. I think it's 14-7 or 14-3 or 10-3. I'll take any of those, and that's winner.
Hey, you've been good on the first quarters all year long, sir.
Thank you.
I trust you. All right, this was one of your best bets, and I'm reinforcing it here. I like Pittsburgh at Buffalo -10. I like to bet Pittsburgh +10 here. Big thing for me, the weather. It's going to keep the score low, kind of like you mentioned, and winning by 10 is going to be very tough to do. I don't care what team you are. Look for the Steelers to play Steeler football, running with Warren and Harris to keep Allen off the field, keeping this game within 10 in a very slow, muddy, snowy field.
Should be. It should be.
Yes.
You know what? Heck, I'm gonna set up one of my tables, my card tables, and I'm just gonna drop from the deck here right on top of it.
Let's go.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're talking about for that game.
Yes.
The Philadelphia
Yes.
Eagles are on the road at Tampa Bay. Eagles laying 3 now as the favorite on the road. The over-under is 44. My bet here, Philly minus 2.5. So that number, I bought that number early, and I thought, should I share that? Should I put it out there? And because it's gone up to 3, and yes, I am, because watch for money coming back on the Bucks as we get closer to kickoff and driving that number, the spread, down to 2.5 again. Look, congratulations making the playoff, Bucks. I really mean that, but we need to remember they're playing a team that is stacked with talent. The Philadelphia Eagles, even if they have injuries, they will figure it out. I'm not counting them out. And we need to remember the Bucks are led by Baker Mayfield. We've had this discussion. I understand that he's won us a lot of money this year, but it's still Baker Mayfield, and he's on a contract year, so maybe that's why he's playing so well. My bet here, featured bet, Philly minus 2.5. See if you can get it. See if you can get it so you don't pay that high vig, but just watch those numbers as we get closer to kickoff, John.
I like it, sir. And I have a little Philly bet a little bit later in this section, so you're not alone. You're not alone. All right, Green Bay at Dallas minus 7.5. 50.5 is the over under. And my bet here, I'm going with a prop, another running back prop. Aaron Jones over 19.5 rushing attempts. The number I'm looking for is that 19.5. I have not seen this posted anywhere yet. In fact, they have Tony Pollard rushing attempts posted at 14.5. They don't have any Aaron Jones because they know what I'm looking for. Jones is the key to a Green Bay Packer victory. And the 4 games he has 20 carries or more, the Packers are 4-0. They're going to feed this guy the ball if it's working or not. He might have 20 carries and 21 yards, but they're going to give it to him hell or high water.
He looked so good last week.
Yes. Yes.
Miami Dolphins, again, at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs laying 4 at home. The over-under is 44. My bet here, the featured bet, Chiefs under their team total, which is 24.5. Again, this is a cold weather game, and Mahomes can't get his receivers to be on the same page in warmer weather. So why do we think it's all going to all of a sudden come together in the freezing temperatures of minus 10 degrees with the wind chill?
Yes.
It's just not. Plus, you love Pacheco over on rushing. I do too. These teams are going to run first and often in this weather. Looks like Mostert could be back for the Dolphins. That is huge. That means a lot of time off the clock as well, and not a lot of time for explosive plays for the Chiefs, especially because we want that under team total of 24.5 points for the Chiefs.
Yes. All right. This one's going to sound a little weird. Both of us love the Rams in this game. We love the Rams at Detroit. You love the Rams to win outright. I do too. I actually bet the Rams plus 3.5. But in the first half, I like Detroit to cover minus 2.5 first half. These guys are 4-1, leading at halftime by at least a field goal in their last 5 games. The defense is suspect, but much better in the first half than they are in the second half. When the Lions lose, they're usually leading at halftime, and they give it up in that second half. One of the worst defenses in the second half. I like Detroit to actually be winning this baby at the end of the first half by 2.5 or more.
Yeah, good, strong, solid bet there. I like that too. When we're on this game again, look at us.
Yes.
Bets in this game. I like the Rams over their team total 24. These teams are looking at a shootout. I really believe that. The books do too. The over-under is 51.5. Stafford is going to throw at least 2 TDs. They'll get a rushing TD. You know that's going to happen. And then we're just talking about a couple of field goals here. That's over the team total right there. Add a couple touchdowns there as well, or maybe one more touchdown, and you've nailed it. In contrast, the Lions team total is 27.5. So I might bet the under there as well because of that hook. The full game spread is -3. Let's keep that in mind. -3, and they're saying 27.5 on that team total for the Lions. I don't like that hook. That might be an under right there as well.
Like it. All right. I told you we'd circle back here. Philadelphia -3 at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Over under 44. My bet here, I like Philadelphia -1 in the first half. 6th highest scoring offense in the first quarter versus a very below average Tampa Bay defense in the first quarter. When the Bucs have the ball, it's the 27th ranked first quarter scorer versus the 6th ranked scoring defense of the Eagles. I don't think Philly can hold on and cover in a game like this, but they are going to come out firing in the first half. Hey, we all know how Philadelphia is, and they're already calling for the firing of their coach, the same coach that took them to the Super Bowl last year. He's got something to prove. I think they're going to come out quick. I just don't think they can finish it and cover, but I do like them in the first half. Philadelphia -1 first half.
How dare you? They're going to cover the whole thing. They're going to cover the whole thing. I've got him at -2.5.
And I teased, so I did kind of cheat.
No, it's not cheating. It's not cheating because it's
Yeah.
tough, man. It's really tough. But I took that 2.5 because of the same reasons you said. I there's a lot of pressure on the Eagles, and they were in the Super Bowl last year. They're not going to bow out on the road at Tampa in the first
Yes.
round.
Yes.
Unfortunately, because I would go all night on these bets. I love it. That's going to do it for the Daddy Sharps featured bets this week. But remember, always gamble responsibly, John, and within your means. And the bets we share are based on our own research. We don't always win.
Be sure to check us out on social media. Look for the Daddy Sharps on Instagram and Twitter. Check out more of our website, daddysharps.com. And we're going to be back next week with much more. But first, Luke, I have a question for you, sir.
Okay. I might have a follow-up question, but go ahead.
Luke, who is your daddy?
Oh, interesting. Because my follow-up question was, John, who is your daddy?
We are
Stay sharp, everyone.